Blackshear honors military and first responders by giving a digital bonus cash on all new Ford models, plus 0% financing for 72 months on nearly every new car. Stop the surge. Call Mike Birch or at MikeBirchFord.com.
0%
Murphy's Builder Supply is where you need to go for all your home improvement projects and hardware needs. They've been serving folks in this area since 1946. Murphy's offers some products and services that you may not know about. They now sell ammunition, both bullets and shells. Murphy's also sells personalized tags for dog collars. They build customized screens for windows and doors. Murphy's can rekey locks, and of course they can make keys. They cut glass for windows, plus Murphy's has monthly doorbuster specials. Check their Facebook page to see what's on sale. Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup. Jessup Premium Storage, 1455 South 1st Street is Jessup's best place to store your valuables. Whether it's furniture between moves or just a place for the overload, call Jessup Premium Storage at 530-8003. That's 530-8003. Jessup Premium Storage units are indoors, climate controlled, and they have 24 hours surveillance and on-site management. You have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to your unit. Sizes range from 5x5 to 10x25. They also have outside covered and uncovered spaces available for vehicles, boats, trailers, and RVs. Jessup Premium Storage on the Waycross Highway in Jessup.
This is a special announcement. As a good neighbor in this community, Republic Services of Georgia is proposing changes to Wayne County officials. Their Good Neighbor plan calls for no future disposal of coal ash at Broadhurst Landfill in exchange for rate adjustments to residential waste collection, commercial waste collection, and landfill tipping fees. It's a win-win for everyone. Tell your Wayne County officials that you support this Good Neighbor plan today.
Up to $6,000 off 2017 Explorers during the summer savings event at Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear. No high pressure, just honest savings and more for your trade. Stop the surge. Call Mike Birch or go to MikeBirchFord.com. Right on the corner and right on the price.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO-FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial, 10 minutes after 8 o'clock, Friday morning, 8th day of September. It's going to be mostly sunny today with a high today near 87, 65 degrees right now, and the automometer goes 3.6 feet. It may be sunny today, but things will start changing over the weekend, and we got the folks here in the studio this morning that knows all about what's going to happen. Bob, our guest this morning, Donnie Ray and Sheriff Carter and Doug Lewis. The world-famous Butch and Bob show brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, also brought to you by Republic Services and by Murphy Builder Supply. Bob?
Yeah, these guys are the experts. They have the up-to-date information. Again, a lot of still uncertainty. So, Donnie, you spoke last night at the County Commission meeting and it didn't sound good. So, did anything change overnight, or where do we stand right now?
It did change just a little bit. I don't know if it's going to help us that much more. Two scenarios. One right now has got it going 71 miles to the west of Jessup. But during the conference call, and what I was telling them last night is out of all northeast Florida and Georgia was on this conversation, and the one name they mentioned was Jessup, Georgia. Oh, boy. So that kind of throws, that throws a red flag up for all of us.
Why'd you mention us?
Yeah.
The one thing that still is undetermined is what's going to happen after it does. It hasn't even hit Florida yet, right? That's why there's so much uncertainty. But what they're saying is it's such a wide storm, and they keep saying they show that red line. They say don't pay attention to the red line. Look at how far it extends out from the red line. That's the issue. And we've been through Hurricane Matthew. We saw what that took place. This is double of what that is. Is what they're telling us.
And the tropical force winds covers the whole Florida.
It's as wide as Florida. It's wider than Florida. That is amazing. Absolutely wider than Florida is how big this hurricane is.
I hadn't seen that this morning. They haven't come out with it, but yesterday it was pushing 600 miles across.
Jeez. Here's the question I asked myself last night. If you decide, it keeps showing it, and I said I got some sisters in Atlanta, but they say Atlanta's going to get hit just as bad almost with winds. If you left, where do you go? Where is the place to go to be safe, especially with all the traffic, all the roads?
Right now with the motels, you can't find one from here to Montgomery is what we've been told.
Oh, wow.
So if you go past there, you should be good, but
go west.
Yeah,
that's
go west.
Go west, not north.
Go northwest.
Yeah,
west, northwest. Yeah. What I'm telling everybody.
So towards where? What cities? Where?
Right now,
Birmingham
would be good. When Montgomery, I think Montgomery might be sold out as of this morning, so you'd have to go past there. I'd say anywhere past them two, you'd be good.
So go towards Alabama. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, you got to
Say that again, Sheriff?
So bear in mind, you got a Connors game in Birmingham, because a lot of those motel rooms will be taken up for that.
Right.
For Southern and New Hampshire.
Georgia Southern game was moved to Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
And that's
Go west, northwest if you're going out of town.
So when's the next update? Like I said, when's it expected to hit Florida?
This is the 5 a.m. one. They saying it's going to hit Florida as a Category 5 still.
Jeez.
And they saying here Category 1 or 2 as of right now. That is even if it comes up through Florida.
And if it is a still Category 1 or 2, Donnie Ray, our emergency management director right here with us, it's still about twice as powerful as Matthew was last year. So just think Matthew and what the damage we had last year and double the wind and rain.
I'm trying to flip through real quick, see when it was going to hit Florida. But they got it coming through us, the eye of it around Jacksonville at, was it 8 a.m. Monday morning?
Oh, 8 a.m. Monday. That's a little sooner than I thought.
That's the eye of it.
That's the eye of it.
Yeah, so we'll
it's going to be big once it gets up there in Florida.
We'll be getting, what they suggest now is storm force winds as early as Sunday morning in northeast Florida and Sunday afternoon for southeast Georgia.
Okay, so our stuff's really going to start bad Sunday late afternoon.
Storm winds. Yeah.
Doug Lewis in here. Go ahead. Chief Deputy.
What people need to remember is Matthew was a tropical storm. We're talking about hurricanes here.
Okay.
And with the west movement that it made, that put us more in the tornadic part of the hurricane, where these tornadoes are going to spin off of it.
And that's what you were saying out there, that the tornadoes are normally on the east side of the hurricane, where the highest winds are on the west side. The northwest wind's coming back around like we got in Matthew.
People are looking at, it moved a little west. It changed 4 times yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to continue to change. So we still need to prepare. If the rule of thumb is if they say a Category 1 or Category 2, we need to prepare for a 2 or Category 3 storm.
Okay. All right. Going to Sheriff Carter here. Sheriff, tell us from your standpoint, from the Sheriff's Department, what do y'all do to prepare for this to help the citizens out in all ways, from traffic to anything else?
We've been since the first like chainsaws that we use to help clear roads, getting our folks prepared to take care of their families so they can be there, because I think with Matthew, we were there about, I think we released them after 3.5, 4 days. Donnie Ray and Doug and I were all there probably through Wednesday of our 5 days with Matthew. So we try to get them prepared. We were stocking up on supplies at the building. Our building, that building that we're in, was built to withstand a Cat 5 hurricane, 200-mile-an-hour winds. Now, we don't want to test that, as I said the other day, but we'll be there, and our folks will be there. We have cots, and so we'll be basically camping out there, and then we got the EOC headquarters and all over on Donnie Ray's side by the 911 center, and we'll be having meetings there with everybody. We got a lot of the same things we learned from Harmeen and Matthew of last year that we put in place, that we'll be doing the same things. We will be going out as long as we can trying to clear roads, but when it gets real bad, unless it's a real dire emergency, we won't be going out.
Well, you're going to put your guys in harm's way unless, like you said, it's a bad emergency.
And, and people need to understand, Red Cross is not going to open a shelter here. We're in at-risk county. We may be, under the mandatory evacuation, too. We don't know that. Donnie Ray's working, we're trying to find that out.
And that's the key thing that needs to be stressed. If, people make a decision, do they want to stay, do they want to go? Keep that in mind. If you do stay, during that time where that storm comes through, there's not going to be any fire trucks on the road. There's not going to be any police vehicles on the road. There's not going to be any sheriff's departments on the road. There's going to be no ambulance, because you can't put anybody out there in jeopardy with those winds as high as they are. So if you get in a situation where you're at home and something happens, you're calling for emergency, there's no one going to be able to come help you. So that's why they're asking people to take precaution, and the best thing to do is probably leave the area.
Well, FEMA and GEMA both say you shouldn't have a fire truck or an ambulance on the road if it's 45-mile-an-hour winds or greater.
That's right. People sit out, and all of a sudden something bad happens, and they're calling emergency. People are looking for response, but there can't be any response because you can't put people out in jeopardy at that time that storm is at its peak. So
Donnie, have you talked to Georgia Power? We know last time when Hurricane Matthew hit, most of the trucks went down to the coast area because they were under the state of emergency. Of course, now we're under state of emergency. We're going to have more Georgia Power trucks here now to help power get back on here in Jessup and Wayne County, because most of them were on the coast last time because that's where they were told to go.
Yes, they've been coming to the meetings with us and sitting in on all our briefings we've had so far, so they know what our needs are. But just like me and the chief and the sheriff talking yesterday, right now, I'm sure all the extra people we got come in last year to help us, all these other companies that come help us, they're probably in Texas. And we're not sure how much help we're going to get from them. Okay. But our local people will be here.
So the Georgia Georgia Power trucks that are here will be here in Wayne County, and not like I said. Someone was saying yesterday when they were in here that a lot of the Georgia Power trucks in our area went to the coast because that's where the main damage was supposed to happen. But come to find out, it was really inland, and so they had to come back over here. Sheriff, go ahead, Sheriff.
And too, this storm is going all the way up into Atlanta, so a lot of the power trucks that we get from North Georgia are going to have to stay put up there because they're going to have lines down and power outages there too. So it's going to be a lot bigger event than I think the average person realizes.
Yeah, we want to make sure that our trucks stay. Trying to see if our trucks are going to stay here and not going to be called somewhere else. I'll talk to Alan today so we can pass that information along to our listeners. Also, we've been getting a lot of calls, Donnie. Are they going to need any shelters open here in Jessup and Wayne County?
Okay, once they declare a state of emergency, Red Cross will not come set up shelters, because when they say state of emergency, it's pretty well telling you need to go, and that we're in the line or path of the storm.
Okay.
So they do not set up shelters here.
Okay, no shelters in Wayne County.
There are some churches starting to call saying, tell the people come stay with us, and we'll try to update as much as we can on Facebook. Where these shelters are at, they can come stay at. But if you come to one of them, you have to bring your own stuff, because Red Cross isn't there with the cots and food and all.
Right. And if there's any churches out there that's going to open up to the public, just let us know here at the radio station. You can call at 427-3711 between 9 and 4, or you can text us anytime at 912-427-3711 with that information.
And while we've been sitting here, I just got an update from 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
It says, note, the track's hugging the East Coast 3 days from now. So it is important to err on the side of caution at this point. Before I give you the details, I'm going to back up a little bit and tell you that one of the scenarios that's got to go in, I saw where everybody's saying it's great, is going to the west 71 miles. Well, the first thing they got in the highlighted bold letters is it's got 125-mile air. So they could put it right back on you. It could put you farther away from it. We hope it goes farther away from us. But the last update I just got as of 5 minutes ago is for South Georgia, it's 60 to 75 mile an hour sustained with 85 mile an hour gust, and something new is from 10 to 12 inches of rain.
Okay, and so we're still looking at about 8 a.m. on Monday for the eye, and the bad weather to start with us Sunday afternoon, Sunday night into Monday. Is that right?
I don't think that's changed, but I'll double check it. They send that.
So, folks, it looks like that we'll start getting wind tomorrow. The worst weather for us will start Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, and then the eye getting close to us or right on us on Monday morning. In the studio with us this morning is Emergency Management Director here for Wayne County, Donnie Ray. We got Chief Deputy in here this morning, Doug Lewis, and Sheriff John Carter in here this morning talking about how we need to be prepared for everything. Doug, what are some of the most common sense things that you can think of that people need to do to be prepared if we're out with power, water, and all that for 3 to 4 days?
That's a great question, Butch. We were talking about some of this stuff yesterday. First thing people need to do is get cash. Have cash and small bills.
You said small bills like 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s.
The 1s, 5s, 10s, I would not get great big bills. Now, everybody's panicking over we can't find water anywhere. Let's go back to before we started buying bottled water.
We got tap water.
We have tap water.
Or well water.
Well water. Fill up your bathtubs and your sinks and jugs and things of that nature. Fill up pots and pans, put in your freezers if you have big freezers, and freeze them. That will help keep that if your power goes out even longer. Another good idea to do, if a lot of folks have refrigerator freezers and bigger freezers, take the stuff out of your refrigerator freezer that you know you're not going to use. some of the meat that you may be using in the small one, where you won't be going in and out of the big one to help keep it colder longer. Pick up around your yards. I was talking with the mayor and city manager and some of the city officials the other day. Basketball goals, spare tires, things of that nature. That's what we're plugging up the drains where water can't get out of town. Pick up stuff out of your yards where it's not flying everywhere. A good place to put your pool furniture is in the pool.
Put it down the water, huh?
Put it down
and
in the water.
limbs and stuff like that. Anything that can be blown to be a projectile, tie it down, put it up, do something with it.
Trampolines, we've seen those everywhere last time. Tie those down. There's just a lot of things like that.
Outdoor furniture. Yeah.
Get rid of it. You asked about traffic a few minutes ago. They already were coming into Jessup. The DOT and the city and all that are lining up lanes of traffic coming in from Brunswick, directing them right on around on the bypass, trying to get people right on through Wayne County.
Okay.
We had a lot of great comments last year when everybody evacuated. People were calling back, telling us how much they appreciated what everybody did here, because it's the easiest county to get through. We just flying them, flowing them through. The city this morning, I think, is already manning the red lights, manually controlling some of those, getting people coming on through. When traffic picks up, if they're not there now, they will be. So
I've got a son that we're in Brunswick that lives right there off of Highway 17 and 82. Would his best route be to come up 82 to Nahunta, turn right on the 301 north and come up?
I just traveled 341. It's not that bad this morning.
Okay, I didn't know if, coming up 82 to Nahunta would be best. I didn't know.
All right. And I've just got text from someone that's made all the way to Hazelhurst, and they said it's not bad all the way from Jessup to Hazelhurst.
Okay, well, I think that'll change tomorrow morning when all those county residents say, yeah, we better get out of here.
I'm sure.
Sure?
Well, we got something. I came in on 341 from Odom. It's a little bit heavier than normal going north, but it's not any problems at all at this point in time. But one thing we hadn't mentioned, after this event happens, there's an awful lot of things that happen afterwards. Re-entry, named number one problem we had last time, because when re-entry started, we didn't have any power. We had 16 red lights, I believe, that were out on 3 main routes. We had people trying to go back east to Long McIntosh and Chatham County. You had people trying to go back to the coast on 341, and you had the Florida people trying to go 301. So we had a mess. I think we got that corrected. Donnie Ray and I spent a good time since Matthew at various GEMA meetings and FEMA meetings and trying to get some of these problems corrected, because we felt like we were the forgotten counties. Us is just one county back that are at-risk counties. Like you said a while ago, everything was staged for Glenn when we had really more damage than they did.
Yeah.
But, those are things that it doesn't just end. I mean, we got prepared for it to hit us, but after it hits us, we still got an awful lot of work to do.
I'm just, it's good that the governor put us up in our state of emergency, so we'll get that preparedness here for Wayne County. We've had some text come in here. With this new update at 8 o'clock, will Wayne County be evacuated? Has that been announced yet in any type of way?
We will be discussing that this morning.
Okay. All right. So it has
now, we are strongly urging everyone to leave.
All right. Did Donnie say the I is going across Jacksonville with the current updated thing at 8 o'clock?
The current one at 8 o'clock? Give me just a second to check it.
Now, remember, folks, this could change 6 hours from now. These hurricanes get pushed back and forth by these winds. I mean, as the Chief Deputy Doug Lewis was saying a little while ago, it changed fast 4 times yesterday.
It's got it going a little bit to the west of Jacksonville.
A little west of it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. I just tuned in. We live in a trailer that we need to evacuate tomorrow. So people want to know about evacuating if they live in a mobile home.
Yes, we're strongly urging everyone, low-lying areas, nursing home. I mean, if they need oxygen, anything with electricity you might need, yes, we strongly suggest that you evacuate.
All right. Someone just texted in that they drove to Athens last night to carry their Wyatt to Ann's home up there. We went 15 on the back roads. The motels in the small towns were not full. I know I've been up and down 15 many, many times through the years and know that route very well. So that's, I guess that's a good route to take up and try to find some motels in small towns instead of the big cities.
Yep.
All right. Bob, more questions or comments for our three guys in here this morning?
I just appreciate them coming in because they are the experts, and just, it was funny last night, Donnie, you said you can't say voluntary evacuation anymore. You have to be politically, you have to strongly encourage people to, so it's just amazing how times have changed. But again, just want to stress that how is. I mean, this thing is something that we've just never seen before.
Correct. And either way, you know, Matthew is still fresh on everybody's mind, and the best way I can tell you is right now it's still double the size of Matthew.
Yeah, double. And you can still see the damage out there from Matthew in a lot of places. And so you just take Matthew and you double the wind, double the rain. Somebody just text in, my parents are in a local nursing home. Will the nursing homes be evacuated?
That's their call, but we have
all the nursing homes.
But we have been telling them, we've been encouraging them too.
There are nursing homes up in other parts of the state that are taking the folks, and so it's up to the nursing home to do that.
But now let me also tell you, the ones I've talked to here, some of them has generators and they think they're good. So
we had tons of calls yesterday from people, and they just want to know my opinion. I said, you know, really you need to talk to experts. I just said, if I didn't own a business here, and if I didn't have the radio station, which we'll all be out here during that time period, and we'll be on the air as long as Georgia Power keeps us on the air, I'd leave. I'd get in the business and I'd head west. I'd head northwest. If I was retired and didn't own a business or didn't have family here, if I could get out of town, I would. But I can't. We've all got to be out here keeping the public informed.
If I was not in public service, I'd be leaving.
So that's what I tell folks. So when you got the emergency management director saying you'd get out of town if you could.
Well, somebody saw me at Walmart yesterday or day before buying beds, and then I went and got some drinks and all. They said that was a bad sign.
Now, one thing you mentioned about, I think Doug mentioned about filling the bathtubs up with water. You can use that water for your toilets. You know, that's a good thing about filling up a bathtub or anything like that. But use it the toilets, fill the toilet up, and so you can keep that toilet fresh.
But one of the other things people are already calling, offering help in the recovery efforts of this thing. You know, Wayne County is having very resilient people. They're here to help everybody, and I'm sure this is going to happen again. I've got several texts this morning saying, I've got a tractor, I've got a front end loader, I've got all this type of stuff, chainsaws. That will be greatly appreciated, but I will go ahead and caution everyone now. If you come up on a tree across the road or something like that, and there's a power line on it, leave it alone.
As we saw within Houston, if you see a big, a lot of water in front of you,
don't cross
it.
Yeah.
You know, because it could be like those people in Houston. You could be sitting there in the middle of that big water with your car not going anywhere, or truck.
And one other thing that we tell everybody at every meeting we have, last night at the county commissioners meeting, there's one thing that everybody can do before this storm gets here. That it pray that it turns and it goes away from us.
Oh, definitely. I was actually talking to the moon this morning as I was watching walking my dogs before sunrise along the dam of the lake, saying, Moon, if you can pull the sea in the ocean with tides, I know you can pull that hurricane out into the Atlantic. Oh, let's see here, another text coming in. Someone just said they took Highway 57 clear all the way to Burlington. Plenty of gas. Okay? So maybe for some of us folks here who are residents of the state of Georgia, take 15, take 57, you know, and take these back roads that we know so well. Sheriff?
Well, we've done the best we can to prepare. We hope everybody weathers this storm. We wish everybody safe passage to and from wherever they're going. But a couple of things you may need to carry. You're going to be living in a motel room or somewhere. Make, you know, just a few trash bags, toilet tissue, things that you wouldn't think about, but you're going to be there for a little while.
Yeah, and make sure that if you got prescriptions that you have to take every day, make sure you get those filled today, because you might not be able to get them filled for a week. And like I said, my youngest son's coming over from Brunswick. I said, we've got to act like we're not going to have any water, any power, anything for 4 days. So we need to have enough water, batteries, food, everything like that, and not depend upon anybody else. We got to have like that for 4 days.
And I mean, carry your flashlights with you. You don't know that you're not going to have a power outage wherever you're going.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
I mean, this thing's huge. It's going to cover Georgia too.
It looks like it's going to cover the entire state of Georgia like it is Florida. Bob?
Donnie, there is a storm after this one, to be able to track.
There's a shade out there somewhere.
Somebody said that might be headed this way as well.
Yeah, most predictions right now has got it turning up to Atlantic before it gets here, and that's what we're praying for. One quick thing, I just got my office up, or they're working right now, so they're sending me texts and updates.
Okay.
One thing we haven't talked about, it just got text in, is the peak force winds as of 8 o'clock this morning. They're predicting now the peak, not just tropical storm, the peak force will be coming across southeast Georgia for 4 hours.
4 hours. Oh, I remember Matthew was trying to sleep. Why do these things always come through at night? I was sitting there trying to sleep during Matthew in the worst part, and I was, after about 3 hours of listening to that wind, wondering if a doggone pine tree was going to fall into the house. I said, I'm tired of this, Get hell out of here, But 4 hours of very, very strong wind, anywhere from, what you said, 60 to 100 miles an hour?
Yes.
Okay.
Sustained.
Sustained. We're not talking about gusts. We're talking about sustained.
Gust was 85. That's the 8 o'clock prediction for southeast Georgia.
And as we just mentioned, folks, this can change 6 hours from now. Donnie, you get an update how often?
They're going to 4 hours, every 4 hours.
Every 4 hours.
But Hurry Back, which is another program we can use every 3 hours.
Okay. And Donnie, as soon as he gets that information, he emails it to us here at the radio station as soon as he gets it, and then we'll pass that information along to you right here on 105.5 FM. And Donnie Ray, the Emergency Management Director for Wayne County here, Doug Lewis, Chief Deputy, Sheriff John Carter here this morning. We do appreciate you gentlemen coming in. I know that y'all are very, very busy with this hurricane coming in. We do appreciate it. And I know that Bob and us here will keep in constant contact with y'all with any information that we may need from y'all. And I know that y'all stay in contact with us so we can pass it along to our listeners here on 105.5 FM. Anything else, gentlemen?
Right.
Right. That's
I
what.
have one other thing.
Okay, sure.
Generator safety. I meant to mention that a while ago, but you make sure that you safely operate it. You got it where it's in open area. You don't have the fumes and that kind of fire danger. And it's important. You need the generator, but it's important to do it safely because the generator could hurt you too.
Yeah, don't set it inside your house. Put it outside and where the exhaust is not blowing on anything that could catch fire. All right, guys. Oh, yeah, Doug, go ahead.
One other thing, and I figured Donnie would cover this one. If you're leaving your house, cut your water off.
Oh, yeah.
So if pipe break or whatever, you won't come back to a flood. You may survive the storm, but if something busts, like happened at Donnie Ray's last night.
Personal experience from Donnie Ray. Cut off that water.
Cut off the water. I can't believe we're going to let that go.
If you're going out of town, take your with you. Birth certificate, anything like that, insurance papers, anything that's important that you may have in terms of paperwork, take it with you. It's like I told my son Chad, act like your house is not going to be there when you get back, okay? Jewelry, valuables, computers. I told him to leave a couple of lights on with the radio playing loud so it looks like somebody's in there. Just take as much as you possibly can. The pictures. Just act like your house is not going to be there when you get back and pack up as much as you can. All right? Y'all, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in, and we'll be in contact with you over the next few days. All right. 105.5 FM in Jess, the Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, and the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Jessup Premium Storage out here on the Waycross Highway, by Republic.